Hi guys, it's me from Crafts, Names, and Things. So we're going to do our another tutorial, drawing making tutorial for Panda Hall. I'm using the supplies that they sent me in the mail. So in order to do this, what we're going to make is we're actually going to make this beautiful scarf necklace. So it's a necklace, but you can use your beautiful scarves to weave through. And I'll show you the design. It's very beautiful. I think you've seen these like at Michael's, and they have like a big medallion, and then it's like a necklace with chain, and then it has like two little hoops where you can put like your scarf through, and they're so pretty, but they're so much cheaper for you to make, and I'll show you how to do it. You're gonna die. It's just great. So I just have a scarf here. This scarf I got at the dollar store. I just love the colors. It's really pretty. I think it'll be gorgeous for the spring, so that's going to be my main scarf that I'm going to be using. And the good thing about these two is that they're interchangeable, so you could use a bunch of different scarves with this one design, you know, depending on the colors that you choose and that kind of thing. So then I have a tape measure. Alrighty, and then what I have here, let me bring it over a little bit, is I have some jump rings. I have a piece of wire that I need to cut. So this is just wire from Panda Hall. It comes in these spools, and you get tons of it. Like I think I got 6 or 7 rolls of it for like $1.49, and that's what we're going to use to thread our beads on. And then we have chain, because that's going to be another component in the necklace, and I'll show you how we're going to use all these things, so don't worry about it right now. And then these are just loops, just silver loops that I'm going to use, and they had quite a selection of these at Panda Hall, but yeah, they're just beautiful, so we'll be using those. And then I have beads here too. So these beads I got from Panda Hall, and then these are just some that I had in my stash. They're glass purple beads in different variations. They're smaller than those. That's kind of what I wanted. And then I have those beautiful seed beads, and then I have these beads, which are beautiful, and they're glass also. So this is what I'm going to use. I also have this little charm that I think I'm going to add to the bottom of the necklace. And really, if you wanted to, you could just use 2 rings, and I'll show you what I mean when we get to that part. And then I have some head pins, because I might need those. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we are going to cut our wire, and we are going to thread it through. Okay, so for my necklace, I'm going to cut my wire to about, I like about 27 inches is what I like. But you can cut it to whatever length you want. And as we make it, you'll kind of see what I mean. So I'm just taking my tape measure, and I'm just taking the wire, and I'm going to measure to 27 inches. About. Okay. Oh, and you will need some clamp beads too. I forgot to include that, but you will definitely want some of those. Okay, and so we have our piece of wire. Okay, so we have our piece of wire here. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to kind of put this stuff aside. So I'm going to put aside the chain and the jump rings, because we don't need those right now. We're just going to, and these, we're just going to kind of focus on just threading some stuff through. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pattern with my beads. Now, I think I'm going to start out with, I think I'm going to make like bigger beads. So these beads down here at the very bottom, and then I'm going to go up the sides with these beads, and then the very top I'm going to do seed beads, but I'm going to break them up with these. Okay, so just so you kind of know the pattern. I'm not going to make you, well, make you endure watching me bead all these, but I might do it in fast forward so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I think we'll do that. So I'm just going to bead these through, and then I'm going to fast forward through this part so you can watch me, but you don't have to watch me do this for 20 minutes. Just so you can kind of see. I picked purple because of that scarf and because I love purple, but you could absolutely vary the colors of these, and you could do red, you could do green, you can kind of just make it your own. Okay, so definitely this is a great use of of your beading supplies that maybe you're not using, and it's just a fun piece for the summer and for the spring. You know, you have a little bit of scarves, and I love wearing scarves in the summer and in the spring. Just to, I mean, you can wear like a white blouse, but it's not plain. It's really pretty when you add a scarf, and a scarf necklace, even more beautiful. So I'm just going to thread these on. Again, use whatever variety, whatever color of beads you want. Get really creative with the colors, and I'm going to let you watch the process, and then I'll come back after I'm done beading these. Okay guys, so I have it all strung up as you can see, so that's the design. Now I left about an inch for my crimp bead and to loop it onto this ring here. So I'm going to show you how to do that part. So I have my crimp beads here. You might have to take off a little bit of beads, but I'm going to make sure that my beads are nice and tight on my necklace, okay? And I'm going to put the crimp bead right on there. So crimp beads just have a whole opening. It's just like a bead, and you just slip it on, just like that, okay? And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ring, okay, and I'm going to loop it through my crimp bead. So just take it and you just fold over that wire, just like that. And then what I do is I grab it a little bit and I make it as tight as I can up against the last bead. Okay, so you're just going to keep going. Just like that. Okay, so see how tight that is against it? Okay, and then I'm just going to take my flat nose pliers, grab those, and I'm just going to smash it. Okay. Alrighty, so you just take it and you make it collapse, okay? So let's just do that a little bit tighter, okay? And we're just going to take it and we're going to crimp it closed. Okay, just like that. Okay, now it's up to you. I like to take this and I just thread it through some of the beads here. At least 3 or 4, just to hide that end. Okay, just like that. Okay, perfect. Oops, and I lost some of my beads because I pressed a little too hard there. Okay, that's all right. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So That's good. And then you can cut off, trim that a little bit actually. Let's give that a trim. Just like that. Oops. But be careful not to cut the actual wire. Like I almost just did. That's not good. Okay, we're going to take it, the other end here. Okay, we're going to pull it nice and tight. Alrighty. Sure that that's folded well. Okay, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to take it, we're going to put our crimp bead on there. Alrighty. And we're going to put it on a separate ring, so not this one, but on this one. And then these rings are what you do to thread your scarf through. Okay, and you might have to take a little bit more beads off of this end, which I think I'm going to do. I really don't work with like a design when I do jewelry. I kind of make things just as I like them seen, you know, so. But if you wanted to, you could count the same number of beads and kind of do that, and that would be fine. But I'm not very fussy with things or particular about them. I just really enjoy the process, so that's just me. So you're going to take your flat nose pliers, and we're going to give it a crimp. And I just pulled this as close as I could, really tight to that last bead. Okay, I'm going to give it a crimp, and we're going to take it. And it's going to be a little bit tight, but we're going to thread it through some of these beads if we can. This is a little bit tricky, and if we can't, then we can trim it off. And normally that's what I do, is just trim it off. I don't bother with this part, but it does give it a really clean finished look. But it's not cooperating with me, so I'm just going to trim it off. Okay, just like that. Okay, so what you have here, let me bring you out a bit so you can see. Okay, is that we have a necklace with 2 loops on it. Okay, so see, it's 2 loops. Righty, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to add, now if you wanted to, you could do another strand of these just to add a little decoration, but I'm actually going to use this on my wire here. Okay, and I'll bring you in close on the end, but I have it laid out, so I kind of want to just kind of see. I'm sorry, and I'm just undoing this little end here. So I can start from here, and I can just kind of see. Now if you want to, you could make it smaller or larger. You know, you can make it 2 different levels, but I'm going to do mine like that. Okay, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so now we are going to, so I know it's about there. So if you wanted to, you could definitely take your wires and you can open up the chain links. But what I like to do, let me show you here, bring you in a little bit, is I just take my wire, take whatever link it is, and I just take my wire cutters and I just go ahead and cut it apart. Just like that. Okay? Perfect. Okay. And then, and now I need to decide what I'm going to do with the end. So you can do a couple things. So I do have this 3rd ring here that you see, but I also have this little doodad too, which I love. So you can do a few things. Now, if I'm just going to attach just the charm, then I just take a jump ring and I can attach that right to the middle. Okay? Sorry, let me bring these beads out of the way a little bit. So see, there's that. So I could just attach a jump ring, and then my necklace would go around. So it'd be like this. Okay, with that. Or I could add another hoop just like that, and then and this would be actually be decoration, and then I could thread and make some little dangles, thread them down, and then I could also add that too. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, and I'm trying to think, of how I want to do this, because I don't want this like going through the chain like this and kind of hanging and going all over. So I definitely want it to be sturdy and steady. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to take this ring, which is attached to the necklace that we just did, and I'm going to open it. I'm going to open one of the chains. So you just pull it apart, just like when we do a jump ring. Just take it and we're going to slip it right on there. Now this might be a little too small, which it looks like it is. So in that case, then we'll just get our jump ring. Okay. So I'm actually just going to take that link off. Okay. That's why we always have our jump rings, which are awesome. So we can just take our jump rings, and that's basically their use. They're there to help us to put things together. So we'll take it. I want to do the one that's attached. Okay. And I do recommend that you move things out of the way. Here I'm just kind of not being very neat, but it does make it easier when you're neater. There you go. You'll just take that, and then we will attach that right to our ring. Okay, just like that. So hopefully you saw, and I'll do the other one slower so I can show you how to open the jump ring just in case you don't know how to do that. Okay, go. Just take that and we'll press it together. Just make sure that it's nice and sealed, just like that. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. That looks lovely. Okay. So we're going to do that with our other end. So we'll just take that. We're going to take a jump ring. And these are about 8M or 6M. I think this is 6M. Just a basic jewelry jump ring. Just to attach the chain. Now if this was bigger chain, like if the links were wider or bigger, you could just open them up and attach them to the necklace too. And you don't even have to add chain. If you wanted to, you could add another strand of beads and that would be fine too. I'm just going to take this. And I kind of figured this out just because I wanted to buy one of those. They were so pretty, but they were so expensive. So I was like, well, there must be some way to make it. So I took all these pictures on my phone and I thought, well, if I string it this way and do it that way, then maybe that'll work. So just take it and make sure that it's closed because we don't want anything to come apart. Okay, and I promised to do it slower, but I didn't. Sorry. Okay, I'll just take that. Okay. Alrighty. So we have something like that. Okay, just like that. Okay. So now we need to attach this ring. And as I said, I could just, have strung it through, but I don't want to do that. I actually want it to come onto the ring. Okay, so we're just going to take this and we're going to cut it apart. Okay, cut. And I can kind of lay out my necklace a little bit and just kind of see like where I think that it should go. Okay. So I think maybe we could cut off maybe here for that part. And I'm not gonna get rid of this chain because I can also add that on. And I'll show you how to do that too, if you want. Okay, just like that. And let's cut off a little bit more here. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then we can just take some more of our jump rings. And it's always good to have a lot of jump rings. It's amazing how much you use them in jewelry making. And you're just going to take it, you're going to open it up. And I just love these, like I said, because they're interchangeable. So you don't have to be specific like me. You could definitely have made it multicolor or maybe like a soft pastel colors for the summer or whatever. So yeah. And then you could use it with a variety of scarves. Well, I just happen to have a lot of purple scarves because that's my favorite color. But if you didn't, you could definitely use whatever you had. I think I just messed up this jump ring, didn't I? Yes, I did. Well, maybe not. It's a little misshapen, but that happens sometimes. Or I think it was like that because I wasn't doing anything crazy there. Okay. Okay, and if you want to, you could absolutely use another piece of pliers. I just love using the pressure of my fingers. That's how I make my jewelry, but you could definitely grab another piece of wire and open them up and everything, and that would be fine. So we're just going to take this. Yep, and that's the same size ring. Perfect. Alrighty. Take that. Put that there, just like that. Take it, and we will just give it a close, just like that. Okay. And I have tons of videos showing you how to open and close jump rings, but it's very, very simple. Just something that you have to do. Okay. There we go. Perfect. So it's nice and sealed. There we go. Okay. So this is what we got. Okay, so we have this little piece here. Right. Like so. Look how pretty that is. Okay. You kind of push it over. Okay. So if you wanted to, you could absolutely stop there, but I am not done yet. So I want to attach some dangles and some other components to go through. So I'm actually going to set this part aside and I'm going to make my dangles. And I'm just going to show you one on camera because you can watch a lot of my videos. There's dangles, like there's a journal dangle and that kind of stuff. But if I show you one, it should be perfect. You'll totally get it and you'll know how to do it. Okay, but I'm going to do a few more off camera. So I'm going to make about, I think maybe 2 or 3. Should I make? I think actually I'm just going to do 2. Right? And I may or may not use the chain. I'm not sure. I might just stick with the dangles. And all I'm going to do is I have all these kind of beads that I didn't really use. So I'm just going to make kind of a little mix. I'm going to stay away from the bigger beads, but I am going to do a lot of the seed beads and the glass beads that I got too. Okay, and I'm just going to thread these on here, and make it as ever long as you want on your eye pin. Sorry, and this is what I'm using as an eye pin. So I just have my eye pin, and I'm just threading the beads on, and do it in whatever kind of design you want. Mine are going to be different, just because they are. Just because I think that would be beautiful. So we're just going to take it and we're going to keep threading on. Just some beads. And I can kind of look, see if I like it, which I do, and thread on some more seed beads, and just a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to continue just to thread these on, and I'm going to make another one, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to attach these to the ring. You're going to leave about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of wire, okay, at the top. Okay, actually let me go ahead and you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and finish these up so that way you don't have to stop or anything. Okay, we'll take that. And as I said, the designs are not going to match. I'm just kind of being random because I don't want everything to be matchy-matchy. I kind of want it to be unique and different, the dangles. And if you wanted to, you could, break out your little packet of the head pins, and you can make earrings to go with this too, which are so simple to make. I like fun, easy jewelry projects. So much fun. Just take it and we're going to thread some more of our seed beads through. I live in Colorado and it's blowing something, and they say that we're supposed to get snow, but I don't think it's going to stick. But it always snows before Easter here, which is so beautiful. And tomorrow's Good Friday, so yeah. Or it will probably be Good Friday when you watch this video. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so I think that's about as good as we're going to do here. Alrighty. Okay, so I have my dangles done. Alrighty, just like that. Okay, so, and then I have my necklace, okay? So I'm going to attach them to the ring, okay? So I'm just going to take this, and I can kind of see, make sure that I have enough to go over, and I'm going to take my round nose pliers, okay, which are purple. That's not the only reason I bought them, I promise, even though that would be the best one. So you're just going to take it and you're going to, and round nose pliers, they have, you know, they get smaller to bigger. So I'm going to do about the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take it. And I kind of make my loops a little different. So definitely I'm not. Okay, you're just going to take it. Just like that. And we have a loop. Okay, and I can take it and I can even make it more, but you just want it to touch, okay? And we're going to take it, open it up, and slip it right onto our ring here. Actually, I think that I should have cut that just a little bit shorter. Yeah. Okay, so let's take our cutters here. And I'm just going to trim just a little bit off, just to save that ring. And I don't want those beads coming up on me, okay? Take that, and we're going to take our ring. I have to open it a little bit, your loops, and to open loops you do just like jump rings, so you use kind of a twisting motion. Take it, we're going to twist up just like that, we're going to slip it on just like that, okay. Now we might have to attach this to a jump ring, that's kind of what it's looking like. We're going to, oops, take this, alrighty. Because I don't think that I made this loop long enough. You're going to take it, and we're just going to push it together. Make sure that it's snug against there. And we're going to make sure that it's nice and tight on there. Oops. But not so that it splits. I don't want that. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. So we have a little dangly doodad here. Okay. Alrighty, so that'll dangle down. Okay. And we're just going to do the same thing with the other one. So we'll just take it. And I'm going to trim just a little bit off. Okay. I'm going to take my round nose pliers. Alrighty. And again, about in the middle, I'm just going to make a loop. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to make a loop. Okay. And then I can straighten it on the stem. So I can just take it, straighten it. Okay. And just flip it up a little bit and I can attach it right on my ring here. Just like that. Then I have my flat nose pliers here. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to close it up a little bit and make it collapse. It sounds like somebody's trying to come into my house, but that's not what's going on. It's just the wind. It's kind of, this is an old farmhouse that I live in, so there's a lot of wind. The wind just kind of blows through everything. It's kind of crazy, actually. It's a little scary sometimes. You're like, oh my god, someone in the house, but they're usually not. That you're going to take your jump ring and you're going to open it. Okay. And we're going to attach this little component too. Alrighty, so we attach that. We're going to add that to our ring here, just like that. Okay, like so. Take it and we'll close it up. Okay, we're just going to close up that jump ring, make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. Okay, and I'm just pressing down, make sure that nothing's coming through. Okay, just like that. Okay, so I have a little, two little of those, and then I'm debating on if I want to add some chain, just to kind of bring in the design. But you know what? I do not want to add chain. Okay, so and now I'm going to show you how to wear this, but basically it's done. So this is how it looks. Okay, so that's our beautiful scarf necklace. So it's a necklace and a scarf. And I'll show you how that is in just a second. But we'll just take it, kind of straighten it up. So then you'll grab whichever scarf you want, and you have the two hoops here. Now those are the ones that you're going to use to attach the scarf part. Okay, just take it, just like that. Alrighty, and you can just thread it through. Okay. Right, and you can do it however you want, but you're just going to tie it off. So just make a knot, probably the other way so you won't be able to see it would be best. I'll just take it, make a knot, and you can make it as long or as short as you want, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Just take it, just give it a tie, just like that. Okay. And that's probably a little too long, so I'm just going to undo it, and we're going to, well, I'll show you what it looks like now, and then we'll do some variety stuff here. So I'm going to bring you up so you can see my neck a little bit, okay? And I can take this. You can see it's too, it needs to be a little bit shorter. But you can see it kind of dangling around, huh? Just take it. Alrighty. And I can kind of just gauge how much of the scarf I want showing. Okay. And I'm just going to take it and I can give it a tie. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I mean, you can basically wear your scarf however you want. Like you could just like, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Okay. And I can just kind of pull it up as much as I want. Kind of lay it out. See how it goes there. See how I like it, how it lays. If I like the way that it lays, I'm kind of looking in the camera to see. Very good. Alrighty, make sure that that's facing forward. And I do like it there, so I'm going to give it a tie. Just take it, and I'm going to make a knot. Okay, just like that. Okay, and look at how pretty that is. Okay, so you have your scarf up here, and then you have this beautiful necklace that we created. And if you want, you could put the chain underneath, which I like better. But isn't that gorgeous? And as I said, you can vary your scarf however you want, you know, and this side's longer than this one. So that's one way that you can wear it. And look at how pretty that is. And you can kind of, let's bring it up a little bit more so you can kind of see my neck a little better. But imagine that like with a t-shirt, with a white t-shirt. Isn't that beautiful? And you can make them, you can use whatever scarf you want. You just tie it on those little rings. Okay, so let's try another one. Okay, so I'm just going to undo it. These are just so much fun to make. And let's say you didn't want these hanging down, I'll show you how you can do that too. But basically, any way that you can tie across, you can make to wear these, to make these. Okay, I'll just take it. I'm going to take the necklace part off, and I'm going to make this into, so I'm going to take the rings just like that and just play around, you know, like play around, kind of see how you want to wear it. Okay, I'll just take it and I'm going to tie a knot here. Okay, so I'm just going to take it and tie it off. But you're going to be totally addicted to making these. And what a great Mother's Day gift, right? So I just tied 2 knots, and I'm going to slip it back on and show you how it looks this way. Okay? Alrighty, so let me bring it up a little bit. So this is another way that you can wear it, see? And of course, if you wanted it higher, you can make that part shorter, but I just folded my scarf over. But isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous. And if you wanted to, you could make this part shorter, which next time I think I will. I think it's a little too long, so, but you can do it however you want. Yeah, so I just love it. I think that this is so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. And you can purchase everything except for the scarf from Panda Hall. And we thank them so much for sponsoring this video. And I thank you guys even more for watching, because you inspire me all the time because of your wonderfulness. And I hope you make one of these. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for next week's jewelry tutorial.